With Martin Biron. Macklin Celebrini is now officially challenging for superstar status. As we speak, he's tied for the league lead in points with Connor McDavid and Jack Eichel. If you were doing an advanced scouting report, Marty, for Hellebuyck and the Jets going into tonight's game, what would you want to tell them about Celebrini?
It's all about the way that Celebrini plays in the offensive zone. He finds that pocket in the high slot, and it's hard because sometimes the forwards don't want to come down that low. The defensemen don't want to go that high, and he finds just that sweet area, and he's got a great shot. Here's the thing for Connor Hellebuyck. You don't always want to know the tendencies of the shooters because they can always change it. But the further high Macklin Celebrini is, the more to the blocker side he goes. The closer to the net he is, the more to the glove side he goes. That is just a preference and maybe just an automatic response by Macklin Celebrini. But if you're the Jets, your defensive zone coverage, especially in the middle of the ice, is going to have to be so tight and so good because Macklin Celebrini doesn't take a whole lot of time to get that puck and release it and get a great shot on net.
Great scouting work, brother. Celebrini's making a great case for himself to make Canada's Olympic team as well. But, Marty, he's only 19 years old. Has he shown you enough to make this team?
Absolutely. I mean, the dynamic skating, the playmaking, the scoring, and I don't care if he's 19 years old. There's going to be some energy, some legs, right? You got to play a lot of games in a short amount of times to travel. You're going to need some young legs. And I'm not just thinking Macklin Celebrini could be on Team Canada. I'm including Connor Bedard in the conversation as well. I think that both those youngsters should be on Team Canada. It's great experience for the future, for, in 4 years from now and the World Cup and everything. But I do feel that they can produce and help the team get to a gold medal this year. I know you're going to want some big and tougher guys. We know what happened in the Four Nations, the fights with Team USA. But the Olympics are a little bit different. I think you need the skills of not only Macklin Celebrini, and probably Connor Bedard as well.
All right, you mentioned Bedard. I want to follow up on that. They're not exactly the same style of player, but they're both centers who went first overall in consecutive years, so they're going to draw comparisons forever. If you were starting a franchise today, which player would you rather build around, Celebrini or Bedard?
That's a tough question, Gino, but I'm going to go with Macklin Celebrini. I think that there is more dynamic skating, more shiftiness. Look, when Connor Bedard was being scouted and thought about as number one in the draft, everybody talked about how shifty he is and how he's a goal scorer and a great shot. But it felt like Macklin Celebrini, even though he was projected to be number one, nobody really thought about, he can be even better than Connor Bedard. And the more and more I watch Celebrini, the speed is better than Bedard. The shiftiness is better than Bedard. And I think the shot is about as good as Connor Bedard. So I would go with Macklin Celebrini if I was to build my franchise right now. Connor Bedard would be really like a 1B, close number 2, but Celebrini is at the top right now.